Good afternoon. My name is Omola Shola. I'm the host of Possibilities Divine Ministries, and it's my delight to have a quick chat this afternoon on relationships. Today, I'm going to be talking to the singles, and I'm going to be talking to the married and the not so sure about being married. To the singles, my focus is on defined relationship. This is one of the worst things that can happen when you are emotionally entangled to an individual. When you are swobbling with a guy and you are seen together everywhere, maybe you just started off chatting, you just like each other, you get along, you have the same point of reference, you have a lot of things in common, and so you get along very well. Perhaps that's how you started. You become fond of yourselves. You discover more and more about yourself on a daily basis. People see you together everywhere you turn to, they see you together. People begin to identify you one with another and they assume that something is going on between you. While you don't require a banner or a flag to say, oh, we're not seeing each other, we're not dating, or we're not an item, between the two of you, it's important for you to clarify things. If you like a lady, but you've never had the boldness to ask her or to be sure what you really want to do with our relationship or what height or what level you want to take it to, it's important for you to sit down, assess, and ask yourself a few questions that perhaps nobody will be able to ask you for your own sanity and for the other party's sanity. It's important for you to be able to do that. Ask yourselves those pertinent questions. Do I like this person enough to spend the rest of my life with them? Are there things about them that irritate or annoy me that I would like to change about them? If I don't get those things changed, would I still like them? Would I still be able to spend my life with them? Am I willing to invest in this relationship? How much am I willing to invest in this relationship to take it to the next level? Do I feel comfortable as a man to have children with this individual or to wake up beside this individual to share purpose, to share life, to share destiny? These are critical questions you need to ask. Because except you're teenagers and you're just playing around, if you are a young adult, there is no need smelling what you're not going to eat or pricing what you're not going to buy. So therefore, ask yourself those questions. And if you think, well, on a scale of 1 to 10, this person is a 7 or 8. If I'm thinking of spending the rest of my life, then you need to start praying to clarify things. If you are a lady and you like a guy, and 1 year you guys are just friends, platonic, and whatever title you want to call it, it's important for you to sit down to assess and ask yourself, am I able to respect this person as my husband? Am I able to submit? Am I able to spend the rest of my life with this individual? And is does this has this person come across as someone who has a vision for their lives? And if they have not at any point met any of the criteria, you need to bite the bullet and say, hey, I like you and I know you like me. However, where is this going? Why am I sharing this? I almost feel a victim of an undefined relationship. Many moons ago, I had a friend, nice guy. We got along. We just started as friends, actually. And we became fond of ourselves. He'll tell me about his family. And of course, he was my friend. Every member of my family knew him as my friend. But, we were emotionally entangled. And it got to a point here, 1 year, 2, nobody was clarifying, nobody was defining, and I got uncomfortable because it was a long distance relationship, and I was tempted to find out because I wasn't getting the right vibes anymore. I wasn't, and because he had not committed in any way, he hadn't asked me out, he hadn't asked him to marry him or anything, and he hadn't made any kind of commitment. It became very tough for me to say anything. But every time we talk, there wasn't anything like, okay, we had a target that we were working towards. And this kind of made me a bit weary. And I said to myself, I started praying and I became uncomfortable in my spirit about the whole thing. And I said, the Holy Spirit nudged me to go ahead and ask where the relationship was going. Trust me, that was one of the most uncomfortable things I've ever done in my life. But I thank God that I did it because I was able to refocus and reset. And it doesn't matter whether that will set you back as an individual or not. It's important for you per time to know where you're going. to be able to feel your pulse and to say, yes, pulse present. And that would determine how you're able to get over, a heartache or a broken relationship. Well, in an undefined relationship, there was never one. You were just emotionally entangled. And it's important for you to detangle yourself, heal, and move on. When I faced the situation, the guy was uncomfortable with the confrontation, but I wasn't gonna be sentimental. I needed my head to be in the right place. And I confronted him with the question, where's this going? Da 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 da. Of course, he got stammering, he got uncomfortable, da da da. And he said, I'm not thinking about marriage. I said, no pressure, just wanted to be sure. I'm not asking you to marry me or anything. I just need to clear the air about what's between us, and we're friends, okay? And that was how that was sorted out. So if you need to do that with anybody, please do not be hesitant and do not hold on to unnecessary hope that if I hold on a little longer, he may change his mind or she may have a change of heart. The other thing is desperation. I understand the challenge of waiting and waiting and just hoping and hoping. However, don't be desperate enough to accept anything, all in the name of he might turn out to be the right person or she might turn out to be the right person. A man could be desperate, a woman could be desperate in the way they go about a relationship. If a guy just likes you and he just enjoys your company, don't start picking the rings in your head. Don't start writing out the details of the wedding planning and all that. Make sure the guy has asked you and you have responded and you've gotten to know each other and you've prayed and you've actually involved other people in the process before saying, well, I'm engaged or so and so is in my life. So before you start washing clothes, cooking and carrying out wifely duties, make sure you're on the same page with the guy. If a woman has not answered you yes, or if she says, I'm going to pray about it, or if she's still thinking about your proposal, please don't embarrass her by gathering the whole world to force her to say yes to a proposal. That you are going to lay her entire front door with roses and what have you does not mean she will be forced to say yes. If she's forced to say yes, you may have a heartache down the road. So don't be desperate either as a man or as a woman. Be sure that you are both on the same page, that you have clarified details before you assume that anybody is in a relationship with you. I hope that's it for the single. For the married, how many of us are, you married your friend and you're looking forward to a happily ever after? The guy loves you. The guy tries as much as possible to make you happy. Please don't take things for granted. Don't assume it's like that everywhere or he doesn't have a choice, especially if the guy is a Christian. He just loves peace. He just content and laid back. Don't take that for granted that he doesn't have any choice. He's not going anywhere. What's good requires prayer. What's not good requires prayer. And if God has given you a good portion, delight in it, ensure it, and thank God for it on a daily basis. Every lasting equipment needs maintenance. The same way, if you are blessed to have a beautiful marriage relationship, either as a man or as a woman, do not take anything for granted. Do not abuse the privilege of peace or joy. Or if the other person shows you love, don't take it for granted. Don't assume, he loves me or she loves me. She's not going to go anywhere. My wife does XYZ. I mean, I pay the bills and that's why she does it. No. One of the things that can destroy a marriage relationship quickly is when you take the other person for granted. When you assume that they're not going to go anywhere, they don't have a choice. We all have choices in life. And you don't want to force the other party to take the negative choice. So oftentimes you find people who started very well, but because A started taking B for granted, whatever they had at the beginning deteriorates. And then they're wondering how my village people or the devil is at work, while most of the time it's negligent. So whatever God has given unto you as a man, appreciate, value, speak kindly to your wife, honor her. 1 Peter 3:7, remember, says, when you honor your wife, your prayer will not be hindered. Women, there's a tendency to think, oh, I have figured him out. I know his password. I know what unlocks and locks him. Yes, that may be true, but you do not want to push your husband to the edge If God has given you a good relationship, build it, maintain it. The same way you will service your car, service that relationship. Speak the love language that your spouse speaks. If you don't know your spouse love language as a man, learn it. If you don't know your husband's love language as a woman, go learn it. Gary Chapman, in his book Five Love Languages, tells us the five major love languages. So go figure out. When you read it, you see. For some men, it's I love you. Some people love being touched. Some others love, gifts. Some other people, when you give them attention and you spend time with them, and so on and so forth. But go figure out what is my spouse's love language and begin to speak it. God bless you as you do so. Finally, Isaiah 60 verse 1. Actually, before I get to that, there is also the class of marriage where either the man he's become big in that relationship. I'm the Lord and Master. I'm the one who brings in the lion's share. I'm the one who pays the bill. I'm the one who does everything. After all, I send your younger siblings to school, and so on and so forth. When a relationship gets into a place where neither party is at peace or happy, you need to reassess and check what's going on, because very soon you may lose what you have. As a man, when you tell your wife that you can do and undo, it's a dangerous place to be. If that woman has poured into you, supported you on the process of growing up or moving through the ladder of life, do not get to a point where you kick her and think she's below you, or you're too big now, you're all that. Always remember the good that your wife has done for you. She may not have maybe degrees like you do, or she may not have the same kind of job as you do, but remember that she is your helpmate. And God has used her to help you. Don't forget her. Women, if God has used your husband to support you, to build you up, to enhance your destiny, don't bite the finger that fed you or that feeds you. It's important for you to know that as a woman, if you do not have the support of your husband, you are limited in how far you can go. Except for certain situations where where you're separated and you've had to pull yourself by your bootstrap to make it in life. If that's the case, thank God for you. But if you are married and your husband has supported you either to improve yourself academically, maybe especially for those of us who are in diaspora, you got here and you discover that you have opportunities, you want to go to school, and the man says, go, I will watch the children, I will watch the home, I will support you. Please, when you become whatever you are now, maybe because of your degree, you have a better job, you're better placed, please do not look down on that man. Do not look down on the days when he was there for you. Do not see him as below you or not belonging on the same sphere of influence or ladder as you are. Because when you forget your source, there is a tendency that stream that forgets its source will run dry. No man can be your source. God alone can be your source. However, when you forget those who hold the ladder on your way up, by the time you're coming back, because in life there are always descending again and the ladder of life, when you forget and you ignore those people, they have the tendency to remove the ladder or to shake the ladder. So if you're a woman, your husband has been there, he sponsored you through school, he supported you, or he brought you from wherever to the Western world. When you get here, don't use him as a ladder to get to where your goal in life, and then abandon him. Don't allow others to push you in the wrong direction. Usually when people come here, you relocate here, and they're telling you, man, don't do this, don't do that. They prepare you for war against the man who has only your good at heart. Be careful. When your husband brings you into the Western world, when you get there, integrate, be a team. Don't go in your own direction. Don't say, I will build my own life, I will do my own thing, and I will become a powerful woman on my own. While that is possible, it's important to know that when you become all you want to be, you will need your home. Don't let anybody push you in the wrong direction. Don't let anybody push you to destroy what God has allowed you to build. Finally, I want to see if I can wrap this up in 15 minutes. Finally, Isaiah 60 verse 1 says, arise and shine, your light has come and the glory of the Lord is risen upon you. This particular charge is for women who are laid back, Women who just, I'm happy, my husband is doing everything, I am just a housewife. Please note, it is a good thing to be a housewife when your children are younger, when you need to see them through. If you can be a housewife, that's good. If you can't, make sure you work something out that would benefit your children. For example, some of us had to stay at home when our children were younger, and as they grew up, we had to strike a balance. The man worked during the day, the woman maybe in the evening or at night. Whatever works for your home, that's what you need to do. But as a woman, never be found to be at the mercy of your husband. Your husband said, I don't want you to work. I just want you to be a housewife. That may be true. But while you are at home, is there something you can do online? Is there something you can do that will challenge your mind, that will challenge your brain, that will bring out your ability to be a helpmeet? Don't be a housewife that's always on WhatsApp, on Facebook, and all that. That's all you engage yourself, your time in. Arise from laziness. Arise from slothfulness. Arise from despondency. Arise from dependency. Arise and fulfill purpose. Every one of us has purpose to fulfill. Every one of us, we are linked to destinies. And if you fail to fulfill your destiny, you will delay those destinies. Take, for example, as a mother, if you don't have anything pushing you, if you don't have any goal, if you don't have anything that you're looking forward to, that will affect your children's outlook about life. So, as a wife, yes, you may be a housewife now, but you don't have to be a housewife forever. Arise, shine, your light has come. We have seen situations where men change. If they don't change, things happen. The man can become incapacitated. The man can become sick. That will not be your portion. But it is important for you to know that there is more to your life than just waking up, sleeping, and making babies. Once you're done baby production, what's going to be the next line of action? What are you going to have to show for your life? Somebody says, yes, I don't even like working. It doesn't have to be going out 12 hours or 8 hours in a day. It just means contributing to the upkeep of your home, contributing positively to the improvement of your home. And I pray that the Lord will help us. For every marriage that is undergoing one stress or the other, I pray for understanding. I pray for wisdom to be able to know what to do aright and to do it. And the Lord will help you. Thank you for this time. I hope you've been blessed. If you have any questions, you can reach me at possibilitiesdivine.org. You can send us an email, and by God's grace, we'll be able to answer your questions. God bless you.